Good morning, good afternoon. Raquel Redmond from Brava Art Press. We are making some characters out of clay today. It's a fun project because this is cartoons in 3 dimensions. Have you done that before? Here I have some samples of these cartoons. I got here the face, just the face and the shoulders, and I got this character with arms. And when you approach, the way to approach this project is about you are working with the human face. It could be a face that you find on a magazine or on a newspaper, a photograph of a person, but you are going to transform that photo or the drawing into this cartoon in 3 dimensions. And you are going to use the idea of exaggeration, make things big, big ears, big mouth. Let's talk about materials, what we need to do this clay project. To start with, we are going to use some small paper. We are going to need that to draw our ideas. And then at the end of the project, when you finish your clay, and when you have painted the clay, we're going back to drawing, so we need a big piece of paper like that. Then we need a tray. It's a bit dirty because we do a lot of different things with these trays. This is like a food tray coming from the fish shop. And on the tray, we put a big piece of, a thick piece of material, so the clay won't stick on it. And very important, the name. You have to have the name so you can find your clay. So that is now for the clay. We need the clay. This is the clay here, a big slab of clay. If you are in a classroom situation, you need 2 for 25 students and a bit of jute to cut the clay like this. Oops. You pull it back. This has to be done by mom or dad or your teacher because you have to be strong to do that. You have to be an adult. So you cut it in half like that, and you have about that much. So you can have one of these if you are very young, and your teacher will probably prepare it like that. And if you are a bit older, you can have a bit more. It depends on your teacher or your mom and dad what they want to give you, what is available actually. So I'll have a bit more here. So I have that situation, 2 lumps of clay. Okay, we talk about the clay you need. Now some very few tools. You need 2 paddle pop sticks. Just 2 is good, better than 1, because if you have 1 and it breaks, you will have to find another one. So 2 is good. Some paintbrushes. I got a medium-sized paintbrush here. I got a very small one for details when you paint the clay. And also I got this called a stubby brush, which is a little brush with a short handle, and it's good to apply water. You will see the process. And the other important art material we need is obviously the paint, because these clay cartoons are going to be painted. They are going to be colorful. So here we have the paint. The paint is this one. It's called Chroma 2 Washable. It's great. It washes incredibly well, and it paints wonderfully well on clay, on cardboard, on canvas, as you can see on the back here, on paper, of course. So here we have the paint on ice cube trays with all the colors. And here we have the paint dispensed on food containers, plastic containers, easy to find in supermarkets, different colors. And for the very young children, each color you have a paintbrush like this. This paint also is really good for young children. It's not runny, and it still paints extremely well. We need a bit of masking tape dispensed like this, just for the names. It's always important. And water. To apply a little bit of water, not a lot of water, on the clay. And the last little thing we need is some oil crayons, oil pastels to do the drawing at the end. We will get to draw when the time comes. Normally, our projects go from drawing to actual painting or clay making or print making, because first of all is the drawing, is your ideas. And it's better to draw your ideas in art rather than write your ideas. I don't have a magazine, a picture of a magazine with me, but it doesn't matter. I can draw myself. So what I got here is a mirror, and I'll set up the mirror against something there so I can see myself, and I'll start trying to draw myself in a very exaggerated way. Big funny chin and there, and I'm going to do my nice, the funny curls that I wear here, and I got something on my hair like that, and probably I'm exaggerating, as I said before. I'll do bushy eyebrows and eyes. It's not going to look much like me, but it doesn't matter. I'm just having fun doing this. And a pointy nose and a smiley face with teeth, because I like to show you how to do teeth, and another lip there, and a neck. You see my ears with big earrings, and my hair like that, and like that. And at the end of this exercise, you are probably going to have 2 or 3 drawings, and you will make a decision whether you want to make a cartoon like this, you want to exaggerate. Let's give him some big nostrils, some big patches on the face, some curls here. So, like it's getting very, very complex, but that's what you do. So that is my idea, and I'll try to do that. Okay, here I have the clay. I have 2 lumps of clay, and this big lump here will be the shoulders, because we are thinking about shoulders and head. But I'll take a bit of clay and put that on the side, and a bit from here, because I'm going to have to make some lips and nose and ears. So just sitting and pressing the clay like that, with that part of with the cushion of your hand like that, and turning the clay like this, and pressing with your fingers like this. So just to sort of shape the shoulders like that, squeezing like this, squeezing, turning, pressing. So there are all these actions that you do when you make clay. You squeeze, you pull. I'll show you how to pull later on, but at the moment we are mainly squeezing like that. So this other piece of clay, I'm going to get a little bit, and I'll turn around and around and around. This is a different action now, you see. It's like playing with the cricket ball or with the tennis ball. So my other hand, now you can use both hands if you want in that position like that. In this action, it's nearly ready. So there we have. Now, how do we join these two? It's a very interesting question. But before we do that, I'd like to show you what, if you are very young, we're going to put this over there. If you are very young, you are probably you need somebody to help you, because it's a big chunk of clay. So probably mom or dad or your teacher will be helping you to, they probably will give you this already shape up like this. And then in a very simple way, you will probably join with your fingers, pushing like that, pushing, and creating something like that to start with. Now, how do we join this? We asked the question before. Very simple. The stubby brush gets to work now. It's a very important instrument. So you can do that with the stubby brush, or you can create this here like that, a little bit, not much, with the paddle pop stick. And put a bit of water there. You don't need to put your fingers in the water, just use your paintbrush, just a little bit of water. And then with the paddle pop or with your fingers, I'll do it with the paddle pop stick, press down, turn around, press down, turn around, keep turning around, and keep turning around like that. Now you smooth it out a little bit and press like that, pinch this way. I'm pinching like that to create what? The neck. So pinching, you see? And then I'll do on the side there, I'm pinching like this to create the chin. And pinching up like that to make the clay a bit longer here to create the forehead. Now, how do we do the eyes? So I'll pinch here with two fingers, my index and my thumb, and I'm going to just make the eyes like that. And the mouth, with the paddle pop stick, you cut there to do the mouth. And you pinch a little bit more. You see how the face is taking place there? Pinch, pinch for the nose. So big eyes, because we are going to exaggerate. So big eyes with your fingers back there, and the mouth will be big. We are going to get back to it. Now we got to that stage. Eyes. So I'm making little balls here. This is for all the children. Little balls like this, with this motion on the table. Water in there, and press the eye in. This character is going to have big eyes. Another ball, and more water on this side. Press in and just press down a little bit. Now the eyes are very close to the forehead. We don't have much there, so you can add paint the water, not a lot of water because it's going to be all mushy. And the way to add the clay is you make little sort of bits like that, and start adding, lifting that, and shaping with your fingers like that. It's very relaxing to do clay. It's really lovely. A little bit of water, not much, painting the water there, and with your fingers working that. You see how it's... Now, how do I open the eyes? Back of the paintbrush, like this, and then you can make them a bit like that. And pinch that way. So you are very good at this thing, so you will be able to find that what to do. Now, eyebrows like this, like a sausage, a little sausage there. So you say, yep, it's a bit too big. So cut it with your tools, paint like this, and add the eyebrows. Now, with the paintbrush, with the little paintbrush, bit of water, and you see what happened there? You join that with using a bit of water and painting. You can use the back of the paintbrush to join like this. and smooth it out. Just paint a little bit of water, smooth it out like that. Yeah. And the other, I can't see it from where I am, but I like to do the eyes like that. It's a bit sad. But it doesn't matter because it's about, as I said, in the lesson, there is a lesson in the website. There is a PDF lesson. That means that it can be printed by your teacher or by your parents. And you can do it at home if you are at home. And that is the other eyebrow. They join together there because I'm using its exaggeration. It's not perfect because I'm not doing a perfect face. I'm doing cartoons, so everything has to be exaggerated. So that's it. That's the eyebrows a little bit out there, but I like to give it some eyelids. What about some eyelids? So I'm going to just create like this. Paint the water, cut with your, shape it up a little bit, and add the eyelids, big thick eyelids. So that's how it works. Pinch a little bit and the other eyelid, and we will do the mouth, and then you can take it from there. It's really easy. Eyelid like that. You see the clay doesn't stick on this fabric. Paint the water and add the other eyelid. Very easy and fun to do. More like that. Make sure that everything is joined properly, because when the clay dries very brittle. That means that breaks easily. So we have the eyelids. Now we are going to deal with the nose a little bit. Add probably a little bit to the nose to make the nose bigger. And I'm going to give it some nostrils. Everybody likes this when I put the nostrils on. All you have to do is just use the back of the little paintbrush, and push in the nostril. Wow! Big nostrils. That's the big nostrils there. And the mouth. The big mouth. We are going to open the mouth by doing that. And we will do the big lips now. Another sausage. Cut it a little bit. Paint the water here. And apply the lips. It looks like a mustache, but oh, there you are. That's the lips. And the other lip. And there you are. Beautiful. With the paintbrush, you have to have a little paintbrush. It's really important. Just join there and join here. And I like to give it some teeth. What about some teeth? How do you do teeth? It's really easy. Another sausage here, like this. Then in there, it's too big. It's like having false teeth, but it's so much fun. I'll do the teeth there. And with the paintbrush, apply water to make sure that it's going to stay there. And with the paddle pop stick, draw the teeth. You got big teeth. Now here, very quickly now, because time is flying. More water. I'm doing those roll sort of things that I drew Just quickly applying for hair. This is the end of part 1 of cartoons in 3 dimensions. Next time we'll be painting in part 2. So we have 2 clay models here, 2 cartoons in 3 dimensions that they will be ready to paint when they're dry. Thank you for watching. See you next time.